Hi, Ignite family. Matthew 22 starts with the parable of a king who prepared a great banquet for his son's wedding. And he sent his servants to the guests to notify that the banquet was ready, but the guests ignored the servants. So he sent other servants to notify and even describe the food in the banquet, I guess to make it more appealing for the guests. But the servants were ignored, and some of them were seized, insulted to the point of death in some of them. So the king was furious. And in verse 8 says, "And he said to his servants, the wedding feast is ready, and the guests I invited are not worthy of the honor. So now go out to the streets corner and invite everyone you see." So the servants brought in everyone they could find, good and bad alike. This is important, good and bad alike. And the banquet hall was filled with guests. We understand that this banquet is the kingdom of heaven, and that out of all the people, God chose the people of Israel for himself. But their rejection of Jesus opened the door for us, the outsiders, good and bad alike, the Gentiles, all of us. And there's one takeaway I want to take from here before we continue, and is that we as his servants now have the work and the job and the command to extend this invitation of the kingdom of heaven to everyone we encounter, good and bad alike. And for the other takeaway, let's continue reading. But when the king came in to meet the guest, he noticed a man who wasn't wearing the proper clothes for a wedding. This is important. "Friend," he asked, "how is it that you are here without wedding clothes?" The man had no reply. Then the king said to his aides, "Bind his hands and his feet and throw him out into the outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called, but few are chosen." It looks like this parable could have been complete without this ending, but this ending brings infinite value to us believers. Proper clothes for wedding. For many are called, but few are chosen. So I had to do more digging into called and chosen. And the original translation, called, is like if you're summoned for jury duty, like if you're called by the court to testify, it's a command for you to show up. And chosen here is the elected one, the selected, the chosen out. In the book of Philippians, chapter 2, the Apostle Paul tells the church, so that's us, it's a letter for us believers, to work out to show the results of our salvation. So the salvation is freely given, but we are commanded to work out, to show fruits, to reflect the work of our salvation, to put our old selves, our flesh, behind and put on the new birth of Christ in our lives into action. In the next verses, he says, stop complaining, do everything without complaining. Don't argue. So you're not going to be criticized by others. Live clean lives, live innocent lives as children of God, shining like bright lights in a world full of crooked and perverse people. Hold firmly to the word of salvation. Hold firmly to the word of salvation means meditating in it, embracing, eating this word, living this word out in my life. So the gift of salvation is a gift freely given, and we are his guest to his kingdom that is one day to come. Our part as his guest is to live a life according to his kingdom. God bless you.